Hello children, and welcome to another literacy lesson together. Over the last few days you've been working really hard looking at how authors choose their words really carefully to attract the reader's interest. You've spotted adjectives and expanded noun phrases and powerful verbs, and you've thought of your own. Recently, we've also worked really hard on writing extended sentences so that you're able to give the reader more information in a sentence. Well, today you're going to try and use all of those skills when you retell your favourite part of the story, The Princess and the White Bear King. I'm going to show you my example now.
I've chosen the part where the princess leaves her home and she goes with the bear and they fly over lakes and mountains to his castle. Pause the video now so that you can have a go at reading my paragraph to yourself, and then I will read it to you. I'm going to read it to you now, and as I read it to you, have a go at spotting some adjectives and expanded noun phrases that I've used, any powerful verbs, and can you spot any sentences that I've extended using conjunctions, and for some of you, can you see sentences that I've structured in different ways? All day and night they rode like the wind. The princess clung onto the bear's thick white pelt so that she wouldn't fall off. Over great frozen lakes they soared, and through deep, dark pine needle forests, until they came at last to a magnificent castle. What a beautiful place this was! The castle was standing tall and proud, and had stone-white turrets and eyes blinking in all directions. As the princess stepped inside, she saw sparkling treasures and silver trophies. Filled with awe and wonder, she continued to tiptoe through magnificent rooms, one after the other, whilst the bear lumbered behind her. She came to a halt when she came to a room where a small golden bell sat on a glass table. I wonder whether you spotted any of those good word choices. Let's start off by finding those adjectives and the expanded noun phrases. I've popped them in orange. Remember, these words help the reader to be able to paint an image in their mind of what's happening in the story, of characters, of the setting or actions. Let's share some of them. I've described the bear's pelt, the fur, as being a thick white pelt. The forests, they're deep and they're dark and they're filled with pine-needled trees. I've said the treasures, they're sparkling. Can you imagine those sparkling treasures? Let's move on now to powerful verbs. Did you spot these? I've popped them in red and they're underlined. They tell the reader a little bit more compared to perhaps those normal verbs that we might use. So for example, she clung onto the bear's thick white pelt. She's having to hold on very tightly. I've also said that she continued to tiptoe. This tells me that actually she's being very careful as she walks, probably because it's such a special place with lots of lavish things around and treasures and trophies. And finally, did you spot any subordinating conjunctions? Here they are in green. Read them with me. So that, until, as, whilst, and when. It enabled me to extend my sentences, and I could tell the reader more in that one sentence. Some of you have had a go at structuring your sentences in different ways. Can you see this sentence here? I started it with the subordinating conjunction and the clause, and I remembered to separate it from the main clause with a comma.
So use your word map that you created earlier on in the week. Think really carefully about those words that you choose, and remember to try and write those extended sentences too. Work hard. Bye bye.